Bulaganaka everyone, parents and students who are watching. Today is another virtual lesson, and today I want to show you and teach you how to make a doormat out of recycled materials. So when we say recycled materials, these are some of the materials or some of the things that we've used before, and we are reusing it again for any purpose. So before we begin with our doormat making, and before I show you how to do this, there will be a friend of mine who I have called to help me out. So I'm just going to check her out if she's available, or let's go and check. Knock knock. Hi Mili.
Who's this?
Mili, it's me, Teacher Rosa. Are you free? Are you busy?
Hi, Teacher Rosa.
Hi Mili, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, good, good. So, do you want to help me out today?
So, what are we making today?
Today, we are going to make a doormat out of wasted materials. We're going to be basically recycling.
Wow, a doormat?
Yes.
That's nice.
Do you want to help me?
Teacher Rosa, what are the resources we need?
Okay, Mili. So, the resources we need are, as you can see, it's right in front of me. We will need a scissors, a fabric scissors. We will need a thread, sewing thread. We will need some tacking pins, and as you can see, we have two needles here, one big needle and a small needle. I will explain later on how to do that, on how we're going to use these two needles. And we'll need an unpicker, and I will explain this also later. And we need some pieces of materials. As you can see, there are some long thin strips of materials that I have cut from an old t-shirt and some old materials that I'm not using anymore. And we also need an old used onion sack. This onion sack, you can find it from the markets or supermarkets, where they always pack the onions in. So if your parents or if someone is about to throw it out, make sure, no, you tell them, please let me use the old onion sack, and we can always reuse that.
Okay, that's lovely. Can we just start now?
Yes, Lily, we can start now, but let me just remind everyone that are watching, especially you kids, that remember we are handling, during this doormat making, we are handling with some sharp objects such as scissors. Make sure when you are handling scissors, make sure that you're handling it with care and you're not playing with it. As well as we are using the needles as well. So make sure that while also doing this project, an adult supervision is very important. Probably your big brother or your big sister is there with you, or your parents, or just that any adult has to be with you in case something happens.
Okay, shall we start now, Teacher Rosa?
Yes, Mili, we shall start.
What's the first step?
Okay. So the first step is, okay, can you see this edge? Once you get the onion sack, you'll notice that there are some parts that you need to cut away. So since we are just using this small material of onion sack, as you can see, there are some threads of the onion sack that's come out, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fold in the raw edge so that this edge doesn't fall out. We're going to fold it in twice. So one, two. See, can you see the raw edge now? No, I don't think so. What about? So Mili, can you see the edge now?
No.
Okay, so does it look nice now? Better than these edges coming out?
Yes,
Yes.
It really looks very nice.
Oh, thank you, Mili. You're so kind. So what I'm using now are tacking pins. These tacking pins will help you, and it will also help me to follow the edges that I'm going to sew so that it doesn't come out. So this is what is called neatening. Okay, I'm neatening the edges of this doormat. So I'm just gonna follow through. Make sure that the head of the pin is always on your right. Okay, since I'm a right-handed person, I'm going to start my sewing this side. So when I'm sewing, my finger doesn't prick the sharp object from the pin. Okay, do you see that? So I am not facing the pin on towards the left side. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm facing it towards the right. Okay, so we'll do that until we come to the end of the edge of the onion sack. Okay, as you can see as well, I'm not putting the pin over here. I'm putting it towards the edge of the folded onion sack, from the folded edge. The reason being, we don't want this part to come out. Okay, and then when we sew, we will just follow the pin. This is why I'm putting the pin on the folded edge. Okay, so we are done now. Can you see the pins on the folded edge of the doormat? Okay, so when you're done, it should show something like this. Okay, from the top to the end.
Oh, okay. So what's the next step, Teacher Rosa?
Okay, so the next step is where we have pinned the folded side, we're going to take away the pin and we're going to take away the pin and we are going to sew this part following the pin so that this folded edge doesn't come out. Okay, and it's nice and steady. So how are we going to sew? We're going to put the come out. We will use backstitch. Okay, when I say backstitch, this is what I mean. Do you see this part? Yes. So when we say backstitch, we're going to begin again from the point that we started. We're going to come out from the same edge here. Okay, make sure you don't prick your finger. You handle with care. Be careful when you are sewing. Okay, and you pull. Then we continue. Okay, in, out. Okay, and then you'll see this space here. We want to close that, so we go back, okay, to where we started and we come out again. Okay, and then in, out. Okay, see, if you remember earlier in the video that I said when we are sewing, as you can see this pin head, when we are sewing, we are not going to prick our finger on our left finger because we are holding on to the head. So that is why it's much more safer that the pin head is facing the right, okay, instead of the left. So what I'm going to do is pull out the pin, okay, and continue sewing. Okay, and then the space here, we want to fill that space. Okay, and come out again where we ended the first place. Okay, and then you will continue sewing till you reach the end of the pin. Okay, you will continue until you reach the end, just like this, from one edge to the other. Okay, the back stitch, we can't see any spaces in between, so it's locked. Okay, so that is the second step. Okay, that was the second step.
Okay, Teacher Rosa. So what's the next step?
Okay, Mili. So, children, the next step is from the long strips of materials, okay, from the old t-shirt, whatever you see at home that's not being used. Like for me, there are some materials that I've cut, okay, into thin long strips, as you can see, okay. So the next step is, Mili and children, we are going to try and insert it in the holes. As you can see, this is another reason why we need the onion sack. It's because, as you can see in the onion sack, there are some holes that you can see. Can you see that? The small squares there. Okay, so those spaces in there, what we're going to do, at the moment I'm using a bigger needle with a smoother edge. Okay, I'm going to try and insert this material from the back. Okay, now make sure that you turn your onion sack to the right side. Okay, this is the wrong side. Okay, this is the wrong side. We turn it to the right side so that this long thin strip of material is being inserted from the back. This is how we're going to do it. Okay, Mili, can you see that? Okay, with your needle, okay, what you can do is hold it like this so it helps you to poke, okay, from the back. Okay, and then we'll poke from inside here, and then your other finger will have to try and pull it out. Okay, now one edge is out, one edge is still behind here. What we'll need to do is we have to take both edges and try to pull it out in the front. Okay, so take the other edge, okay, in another space, not right here, not to the side. Okay, just miss 2 squares probably. Okay, then we'll put another edge, and we'll try and insert it in and pull it out. Okay, now both the edges are here. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we'll tie both the edges, not too tight. Okay, just tight, just one tie, that will do, one knot. And then you'll continue doing that until you reach the end of the sack. Okay, so as you can see that I've done a few. Okay, these were the colors that I've chosen, okay, blue and white, but it's up to you. You can make it more colorful with whatever colors that you choose, maybe orange, red, green, yellow, it's up to you. Okay, and then you'll finish from one edge of the sack to the other end of the sack. And do this until. So we'll finish this from one edge to the end of the sack. Okay, so make sure that you complete all, and make sure that they are closer to each other with no spaces in between. Okay, we want a thick doormat. Remember, for doormats you use it for wiping, yes, for drying our feet. Okay, so that's why we want all the materials of the long strips that we are tying to be closer together, and we don't miss out on the spaces in between them. Okay, Emily?
Oh, okay. Wow, we're nearly done. But children, please always remember, be careful when using sharp objects like scissors and needles. Do not play with them, okay?
Okay, children, so this is the end of our doormat. Okay, this is how it is going to look like when you finish making your doormat. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think, Mili? Is it nice?
Wow, it's really lovely. Nice. You're so smart, Teacher Rosa.
Oh, stop it, Mili. You're so kind.
Thank you very much.
But I hope that there will be many of you who will be doing this at home. Okay, since we are at home at the moment, I'm sure that most of you will be more creative, and with the use of colors of your choice of cloths, of old materials. Remember, please don't ask your parents to go and buy new materials. No, you can always, this is why we use recycling. Okay, this is an example of recycling. So you can use old pieces of cloths, old t-shirts, torn t-shirts, okay, and all materials that you are not using. You can cut it into very thin, not too thin, long strips, okay, and then follow the steps that we have shown to you today. Okay, and also Mili and I would like to remind you all again, okay, to stay safe. And Mili, would you like to say something else?
Yes, my dear children, please always stay safe, stay home. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, children. So we will see you next time and hope you all stay safe. Good night.
Hello children, this is Teacher Shimal. Please subscribe to Lotaka School for Special Education YouTube channel for more virtual lessons. We hope to see you all soon. Stay safe and goodbye.